No. Jeff. Please. They're fake. Jeff, they're fake. Jeff. The weights. They're fake. Jeff, no. The weights. They're fake. Oh, thank God. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. They were real weights. They weren't fake. It wasn't real. Let me go check in and see how Jeff is doing. I'm still asleep. This is part of the nightmare. It's okay. It's just, go back to sleep. It's fine. No weights are real. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They're fake! Hey there, it's Cujo back at it again with another video, and today, man, at first I didn't want to make this video, but the more time I took thinking about it, the more this started to bother me. When the accusations for Athlean-X using fake weights first came out, I was like everyone else. I was just like, can't be him. He wouldn't do something like that. Until you see all the painfully obvious proof there is for it. What's weird about this is that Athlean-X recently posted a video called How to Be Big and Strong. I know. Funny. Here I'm going to show you two videos. The first one is going to be of his most recent video of him deadlifting 425 pounds. And then later, I'm going to show you him deadlifting much heavier weight. And you're going to see the vast differences. Look at this thing. This deadlift looks more like he was trying to pull off the commonly seen deadlift variation known as the Notre Dame deadlift. Clearly this was way too heavy for him, since you can see that his form broke down within a matter of seconds as soon as he ripped the bar off the ground. It's common to have some form of rounding in the upper back, especially with the conventional deadlift, and if you're going heavy. But your entire spine shouldn't look like the perfect arch. What do I know about deadlifting? This is my favorite lift. I love it with all my heart, and it's my best. Before the pandemic, the last PR I hit was for 600 pounds. Now, I know it's no world record of any sort, but to hit a number like this, you have to know what you're doing. I'd like to walk through this video and explain what's wrong with Jeff's deadlift in this video. Poor form aside, in the beginning, he just rips the bar from the floor with very little setup. You never want to rush the first rep of a deadlift or even during a PR. You want to make sure that you've got a good grip on the bar, pull the slack out of it, and are prepared to engage the lats as you ascend the bar from the floor. During the ascension phase, you can tell he's primarily pulling with his lower back. Not only this, with his neck you can see he also has a slight bend to it, as if he's trying to look upwards while he's deadlifting. This is a common and small error people make. From beginning to end of the lift, you want your head to remain still, because it helps keep your spine in a neutral position. Lockout is okay, you can tell that he's losing his grip, and then he gives the bar a little toss to the floor. He struggled with 425 pounds for a single, yet there is a video out there of him deadlifting 495 pounds for 2 reps, effortlessly. He has no chalk, he has no belt, he doesn't take the slack out of the bar, he just goes down and rips it right off the floor without any preparation. His face says it's difficult, but you can see that his body's saying otherwise. It does not take a rocket scientist to know that that double for 495 was fake. This video was taken 5 years ago. How are you going to tell me within those 5 years you ended up getting weaker? It doesn't make sense. Let's get to the point of the video, and that is why Jeff is lying to you. That's because he's insecure. To be aesthetic and strong at the same time is no easy thing to do. Sure, genetics come into play with this. Some people have it easier than others, but most of the time the average person will not be able to achieve both at the same time. Jeff doesn't have any impressive feats of strength, and there's nothing wrong with that. His audience doesn't watch him because he's insanely strong. His audience watches him because he's aesthetic and he's injury-free. And that's what they want to be. Jeff wants to have it all. He wants to be this one to go to for everything fitness. But in reality, he isn't. This is why Jeff resorts to using fake weights. It's like this band-aid of ego wrapped around his insecurity to keep him safe. Which is kind of hypocritical when you think about it, because Jeff is this guy who advocates to never ego lift. But I guess it doesn't really count if you're using fake weights now, does it? Not only is it obvious that Jeff is using fake weights, he also handled the situation in a very unprofessional manner. He did it all wrong. There were many videos made about Athlean-X being accused of using fake weights, but there was only one person that struck a nerve with him, and that was Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette, a very cool guy but not a doctor, mentioned the possibility of Jeff Cavaliere being on steroids, which resulted in Jeff writing this cringeworthy comment right here. I'm not going to read it out loud because, as you can see, it's very lengthy. But I'll leave it up on the screen for you to get some form of context with the whole thing. You can notice he completely ignores the fake weights, doesn't mention them, gets a bit butthurt about Greg even mentioning that he could be on steroids, sounds condescending in it and childish, especially with the ultimatum of someone deleting their channel over a drug test. Overall, it was a very unprofessional way to handle the entire situation. When you open the door to a lie, it leaves the opportunity for more lies to be hidden in the room after it. It's understandable for people to think that there are more lies when they already have a reason to doubt you. Like anyone else, Jeff is not a perfect human being and he is able to make mistakes. The one thing that I've been seeing him get the most flack for in terms of training and programming was this one time he mentioned doing squats for 10 sets of 10 reps at 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max. Not only is this idiotic, it's potentially dangerous. I would never, in a million years, give a client this kind of programming. If you wanted to do 10 sets of 10 reps for squats, you would not do 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max. You would go much lower than that. Being knowledgeable about fitness means that I get to ignore all the bull information that's given out there. Sadly, not everyone knows the difference and ends up listening to it. If you're into powerlifting, strongman, or you just want to hit some big weights, Jeff Cavaliere is not the guy for you. There are much better content creators out there who are going to help you achieve this goal. Now, when you've made a mistake, what's the best way to handle it? Do you ignore and hope it goes away? Or do you take responsibility for your mistake and own up to it? Now, we all know the right answer here. Why does it matter that he uses fake weights? Jeff is giving people unreal expectations with their fitness goals. Nobody at his age could be as shredded as he is, as strong as he is with the lifts he's used with fake weights, of course. It's just not possible. Let's say someone his age finds Jeff Cavaliere. You know, they find Athlean-X. They see this guy. He's shredded. He's strong. They're like, you know what? I want to be just like this guy. Right there, they've set themselves up for failure without even knowing it. Because this guy is showing, hey, this is possible. When in reality, it's not, because the whole entire time it's been fake. Can you imagine the disappointment that this person's gonna feel when they can't hit their goal that they've just made? Like, come on. I'm just gonna throw this up real quick. This man is lying to 10.5 million people, not including those who aren't subbed. The worst part about this whole thing is that there are fans of Athlean-X and other fitness content creators who are defending him. They don't care about the fake weights. They don't care about the bad advice. People like this are part of the problem with the fitness industry right now. The fitness industry is plagued out of its mind with bad advice. And it's the responsibility of those who know more to help those who don't know better. We need to call out when people give bad advice and when people are using fake weights. This isn't just for us. This is for the people who are newer, getting into fitness. We don't want them to have any hindrances while they're reaching their fitness goals. Why does it matter that Jeff is lying to everyone? Fitness, not only is it fun or makes you look better, it's all about bettering yourself. You want to help them with this. You don't want to discourage them or set them down the wrong path from obtaining it. The best way Jeff could have handled this situation would have been to just fess up and say, yes, I use fake weights and I will not be using them in my future videos. Or, for whatever universe that these lifts are real, he proves them. He could even go further beyond this. He could have made a video specifically talking about insecurity. And he could have came clean with it and said that he wouldn't use them anymore. And it could have been a very heartfelt video. Or better yet, he could have just said, yes, they're fake. This is for demonstrations. He didn't even have to talk about insecurity. If he went with either of those two options, instantly, he would have gained the respect of everyone. And most likely, they would have dropped the entire thing altogether. Again, his entire fan base do not care about how much Jeff lifts. Only Jeff cares about how much he lifts. Fake weights from the beginning were completely unnecessary. At the end of the day, as heated as I sound, I don't hate Jeff whatsoever. He's helped a ton of people and he continues to do so daily. Also, this doesn't mean that all the information and advice that he's contributed throughout the years is all invalid. He just needs to take responsibility for the mistakes he's made. This is not something that should be swept under the rug and completely forgotten. That's it for the video today. I've got nothing else. I know I got a little heated there near the end. It's just, I love fitness. I believe in it so much. And I feel like it helps people. It honestly does make people's lives better. And that's why when you see people giving bad information out to those who don't know any better or are lying to them, it's just upsetting. You know, you really want the best for everyone when it comes to their fitness goals. Like the video if you liked it, and if you didn't, well, yeah, that's cool. And subscribe for some of that more quality content. I've got so much more planned and cooking at the moment. I'll be seeing you guys next week. Cujo out. Peace.